The Gigantomachy. After the fall of the Titans, when Zeus and the Olympian gods had seized control of the heavens, the world entered a new age. The skies rang with thunder, and Olympus stood tall above the mortal realm. Yet peace, even among gods, is never eternal. Deep beneath the earth, in the dark chambers of Gaia, the Earth Mother, anger stirred. She had watched her children, the Titans, fall one by one. She had seen her son Cronus cast down, her grandchildren locked away in Tartarus. Though Zeus was now the king of gods, Gaia's grief had turned to fury. So she rose, ancient and mighty, and began to plot a new rebellion. To do this, she birthed a second race of challengers, beings of enormous size and terrible strength. These were the giants, known as the Gigantes, born not in light, but in fury and ash. Some say they sprang from the blood of Uranus when he fell. Others say Gaia shaped them herself, out of stone and fire. They were not like mortals, nor even like Titans. Each giant towered like a mountain. Their hair was wild, and their eyes blazed with hatred for Olympus. Some had serpent-like legs, coiled with venom. Others carried uprooted trees as weapons or hurled boulders with the force of thunder. Led by the war-hungry Alcyoneus and Porphyrion, the giants stormed the heavens. The earth shook as they climbed the tallest peaks, stacking mountain upon mountain in their rage. Their goal was simple: to overthrow Zeus and destroy the Olympian gods. And so began the Gigantomachy, the great war between the Olympians and the giants. From Mount Olympus, the gods unleashed their full power. Zeus hurled lightning bolts, each one splitting the sky. Poseidon raised tsunamis and shattered cliffs with his trident. Apollo loosed flaming arrows from the sun itself, and Artemis rained death from the moonlit shadows. Athena, fierce and calm, struck down the giant Enceladus, trapping him beneath the earth with a single blow. It is said his body still lies under Mount Etna, and his movements caused the volcano to tremble. But the giants were not easily defeated. They healed quickly, and some were protected by magic. Alcyoneus, the mightiest of them all, could not be slain as long as he remained on the soil of his homeland. Then came Heracles, the great mortal hero, born of Zeus and destined to tip the scales. With his bow drawn and arrows tipped in Hydra's poison, Heracles entered the battlefield. At Zeus's command, he struck down Alcyoneus by dragging him from his native land, breaking the spell that had made him immortal. One by one, the gods and Heracles fought side by side, taking down the giants. Dionysus struck down Eurytus with a pine staff. Hephaestus hurled blazing metal from his forge. Hermes donned his winged sandals and moved faster than any sword. In the end, even mighty Porphyrion, who had tried to seize Hera herself, was brought low. Zeus blasted him with a bolt of pure lightning, and Heracles struck him with an arrow straight to the heart. The giants fell. Some were buried under mountains. Others were hurled into Tartarus, deep below the earth, where even light dares not go. The war had ended. Zeus and the Olympians stood victorious once more, not only over Titans, but now over giants as well. Olympus had held its throne. But the cost of such battles was great. The skies bore new scars. The earth, torn and wounded, still remembers the rage of the giants. And the humans, who watched from below, whispered tales of thunder and fire, of gods and monsters, of a time when the earth itself rose up against the heavens. The Gigantomachy was not just a war, it was a test, a reminder that power must be defended, and that even the gods cannot rest forever. But with courage, unity, and the aid of a mortal, Olympus stood strong. And so, the legacy of that war lives on, in the storms that crack the mountains, in the trembling earth beneath our feet, and in the stories we tell of those who rose too high and were brought low.